listen up, y'all.
Too much propaganda, spiritual pollution. Too many problems, not enough solutions. So many billionaires that make no contributions. Gotta create fun and maintain our institution.
Greetings, everybody. This is another episode of All Things Education Official. I am your host and educator, DrAbdullah, giving you educational news from a foundational Black American male educator's perspective. If you like what you're seeing, you like what you're hearing, please subscribe, comment, like, and share. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. If you'd like to follow me on my social media accounts, please follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, LinkedIn, and X. Now, today I'm going to go back into something I discussed before when I talked about our children not being able to read and how literacy rates are in the toilet. But I think it's best if you hear it from a fellow educator. She's going to talk to you right now about the crisis, the literacy crisis in America.
Okay, I am not trying to fearmonger you, but I was an assistant principal, I was a middle school teacher, and I was a high school teacher. And I need you to know America is in a literacy crisis, and they're not making a big enough deal about it. Our children cannot read. Our children cannot read, let alone writing a paragraph, let alone comprehension. They cannot read. They do not know how to sound words out. They were not taught that. And if you're wondering, well, then why does my kid just keep getting passed on to the next grade? Because that's what they're doing now. They're not holding the children back. They're moving them on. They're graduating them, knowing that your child is illiterate. Our next change makers, our next lawmakers, our next voters cannot read. I beg of you, take the tablets and the cell phones away. Practice letter recognition and sounds and reading with your child, please. And I'm going to keep it a stack with you. They been knew. They been knew the babies couldn't read and didn't care. You know when they started caring? After the pandemic. Them test scores plummeted. First of all, test scores for reading were pretty stagnant for the last decade. But after the pandemic, they plummeted. And now they were oh, we got to do something about it. Columbia University, I'm looking at you. You fully backed balanced reading. Fully backed it. Teachers College was 100% pushing out balanced reading. That's why the kids don't know how to sound things out. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, please go do some research. Now they're trying to push science of reading. That's the way. And if you're what's science of reading? That's what we was doing. And by we, I'm talking about millennials and older. The little a, b, k, t, eh. When we were sounding words out, that's, yeah. Now they're trying to bring that back. And if you're wait, they stopped doing that? Yes! For years, they stopped doing it. I'm going to say this last thing and I'm going to be done. If you have the opportunity and the privilege, right? Because taking off from work is a privilege. You need to start, and by you, I'm talking to parents and guardians. Start going to these PTSA meetings and these district meetings. They are passing so many policies and they're banking on the fact that parents and families are not going to show up. You need to know what those policies are and how they're affecting their children, particularly Black and brown children. They know families can't or won't show up. You need to be more involved with your students' schooling. Their life, quite literally, depends on it. All right, I'm done.
Did you think I was crazy? I know you probably did. You probably said, this is guy, he's talking about education. He's talking about we got to go to parent conferences. Man, my school's a good school. Well, let me tell you something. That woman, I don't know where she lives. I don't know where this sister lives. I don't know where she teaches. I have no clue. I do my research. I comb the internet looking for videos relative to education and our children. She literally has said everything that I've said in almost all of my videos. One, this is going on for years. One of the most disappointing things that I've found out in my doctoral studies is that the information that I was trying to comb and find out, it's been around about the deficit of Black male teachers. That's been around for 40 years. They've already known about it. When I tell you that we need to take time off and take control of our schools by lifting up children that may not live in our own homes, she said it. She said, be involved. And they're banking on us not taking the time off to find out what laws, what policies are being passed. And they know. 2020 was the game changer in education. It just revealed all the flaws and cracks in education, and it just revealed how it's failing. We are just now, quote unquote, purging the middle schools of the 2020 kids. They're in high school now. But those children are going to graduate, and a lot of them are functionally illiterate. She talked about how Columbia University, their college, push the science of reading now, which is nothing but phonics. And if you're Generation X or a baby boomer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Phonics is ba, all that stuff that we had to learn when we were children, along with cursive, print, all those things. They're trying to bring it back because they're now accepting the fact that it works. Please, parents, if you have a child, specifically if you have a black child, you're going to have to make some concessions. You're going to have to take some time out. You're going to have to research. And if you're not able to go to a meeting, you're going to have to download the minutes to your school board meetings to find out what type of policies they're putting into your school, because our children are the losers. Once again, our children are the biggest losers in public education because we are the ones who dominate the roles, specifically in urban centers, big cities in particular. Once again, this is Dr. Abdullah giving you educational news from a foundational Black American man's perspective. Tell me, what do you think? Do you recognize that what old Dr. Abdullah saying ain't just crazy talk? There are other educators that are not only noticing it, they're speaking up about it. And we need parents to assist us to assist their children. You are dismissed.
Yeah! You are all expurgated.
Too much propaganda, spiritual pollution. Too many problems, not enough solutions. So many billionaires that make no contributions. Gotta create fund and maintain our institutions. Word to the masses, our government is backwards. Only thing I've learned is what a barrel and a crab is. Deploying all these tactics to keep us all distracted. Scrolling on our gadgets and we scroll right past it. While we caught up in the fashion, they sitting back laughing. This education we're lacking, all the laws they be passing. Peep the curriculum, you see they're subtracting the necessary work. These kids mentally absent. Turned out full plastic.